Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we are going to take a close look at one of those many arcades we're having here in the Netherlands. So for the people who love arcades, retro gaming, but also modern gaming this time, I think you will be interested what I wanted to show you today. So we're going to do a lot of checking out some arcade stuff, pinballs, you name it. It's going to be freaking awesome, so stay tuned. It's awesome that you're still tuned in, because in this video we're going to take a close look at the gaming factory here in Tilburg. Well, what is the idea with this? Basically, when you want to reserve and place in a certain time window here in the gaming factory, you pay a certain amount of money for the time window you're reserving. I think it's pretty damn awesome, because you do have like a couple of hours you can go full gaming mode and don't even think about how many coins you need to put in the machine. But let's take a close look, because I'm curious what are we going to get. Okay, so let's get myself the ticket. I want to be clear, nobody's paying me for making this video. I ordered myself the ticket. I paid everything this day. I just want to have a fun day and take you with me. So I grabbed my camera and my gear. So I went into the arcade. So let's take a close look at it, what we can do. Because I must say this is going to be quite interesting. Okay, so I must say that I was completely flabbergasted with the things that I saw. I didn't really couldn't realize that they had so much stuff. So also they have these cool presentations with some parts regarding arcade parts. And then we have this piles and piles of arcade machines they have standing here. Think about every single one I have ever found, like Lost Land Adventure, some basic ones like Temple Runner, Let's Go Jungle, a famous one I've seen a couple of times now. We even have this Donkey Kong barrel with a system inside. Man, there is so much to see over here. Fruit Ninja FX, I've played this one a very long time ago, especially with a touchscreen. I really like it. We have this new generation of Pong system. This is looking amazing. With a spinner that you basically navigate through the game itself. You can play it alone against the PC or just play it against your friend. A lot of fun. An old school air hockey table. I really love this smaller version that plays this authentic air hockey. I did play it a very long time with my friends. It's so much fun. Do have some classic arcades, even more combination with an old school CRT, and they are not modified with LCD. We're having some crazy old school Time Crisis 3 and 4 shooting cabinets, and this new generation arcade that you need to press much as possible buttons. We also have the Aliens, the arcade, pretty damn cool machine with the indication how many bullets you have on the light gun. The elevator action from Taito, personally never seen this one before, so I was surprised to see it here. A fun game I want to play with a vertical screen. The Terminator Salvation, this thing is a massive beast with 2 machine guns and a freaking beamer. The old school Terminator 2 Judgment Day arcade is here, and of course the pinball machine, and that is even more of a surprise. The Tetris arcade, and here you can see some more arcades, classic ones like the Pac-Man. We're having some sit-down racers, and the collection of sit-down racers has been spread over the company floor, because you can see them everywhere. But I think Grid is one of my favorite ones to play. We also have this version with the boat racer. Reminds me of that game from the Xbox series. We have all kinds of rhythm games and some strange ones like this giant Tetris. And it's a kind of weird one, because you do have a tiny playfield but a giant joystick. Besides that, we do have some classic arcade machines like Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man Collection, Popeye, Mario, you name it. There are all kinds of versions, including some Android based version of games arcade, and kind of weird. Doodle Jump, love the game by the way. So the gaming factory also includes a lot of hockey tables and some freaking arcade pinball machines. And not the new ones from Stern, but the old ones I personally grew up with, like Adam's Family, Theater of Magic. I've played those games to death. But so you have a lot of great machines, and they are in mint condition, or so far I can see. From the inside and outside, they have some great maintenance and they look amazing. So a lot of fun playing on those. We even found this weird looking Half-Life machine I have never found before. I think it's pretty cool. I love Half-Life too. Okay, then we have some more famous Jupe Beat, or it's called a rhythm game. You have some carnival games you can play over here for free. There is no tickets whatsoever, by the way, including the ball rolling game. A lot of fun just to do that. They have an amazing collection of arcade ones, like the Street Fighter or Super Street Fighter 2, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat 2 and NBA Jam. hang time. You can see even having so many cool arcade ones. So this mix of everything, like the rhythm games and Crazy Taxi. They have like Tekken Tag, the arcade. Then we have like some modern games. Think about Tekken 7, Guilty Gear X. So it's an absolutely amazing mix of all kinds. And in the corner is even some Virtual Fighter and some Street Fighter 4. So the collection in this, let's say, Tilburg Retro Arcade is absolutely amazing so far. You even have some racing simulators with Formula 1 and a Fanatic racing wheel. So let's go visit the second place, basically with the stairway up. And here we can find even more crazy arcades. Yes, seriously, look at this. Like, they have an amazing racing or sit-down racing cabinets over here. Another thing is that we do have like another Aliens shooter. But we do have like some classic racing cabinets. Here you can see Daytona USA 2, 4 of them connected to each other. How cool is that? I love it. They also have pool billiards, air hockey, and having like some old school soccer tables. You know, like they have like a great variation with that too. Here we do have like some old school racing cabinets, some sit downs like Sega Rally. We have this Nemco Wave Race Galone game. I personally did play a couple of times. Blazing Angels, the Squadron of the World War II. An amazing cabinet to play, so much fun, but quite difficult in my opinion. Then we have like this 4-way, another racing sit-down cabinet. So you can see like there are so many freaking cabinets here. And of course my favorite one, the F-Zero AX, the arcade version. Next time I'm going to bring myself the GameCube memory card because we can interchange, like say, data between the GX and the AX. It's so cool, I love it. Alright, so the F-Zero AX, something I was going to play in the future way more when I'm returning to this here. Okay, so we do have like another side, so let's take a close look at that. So we do have like another stairway to a different location. So basically what we're going to have here is the retro modern like combination game corner. This is dedicated to retro games and modern systems. Hey Snake, do you like it here? I think I do. So we do have like the PlayStation 4 over here. I think there's also maybe PlayStation 5 to be honest, I don't know. I think there was a PlayStation 5 downstairs, but I think this is all PlayStation 4. You see this more often that we do have like say modern systems with an arcade because it's just like the broad audience they want to attract to it. And if they don't want to do something else, they can just grab a controller downstairs or I think you need to borrow it. Another cool thing they did here, having a 4-way multiplayer Mario Kart with the Hori racing wheels. A wheel I still need to review and own myself, but I think it's just a fun thing they did. Okay, so next up we do have like a Duck Hunt on a beamer. That's a very interesting one to be honest. I'm curious how that works because it isn't a CRT, so okay, looks like voodoo magic. But here we have like this collection of systems they displayed. The old school Famicom or NES we know here, that's not the Famicom, it's the Japanese version. Super Nintendo. And then we have like the N64. People hate it or love it. I love it. The GameCube with my favorite game, F-Zero GX. And of course the Wii. And on the other side we have more. So let's take a close look at that. We have the PlayStation 1. Such an amazing system. PlayStation 2. And then of course the PlayStation 3. And the PlayStation 4. And maybe in the future we'll add a PlayStation 5. Okay, so next up what we're going to do, we're going to take a close look, or better said, we're going to take a look at the categories of the arcade machines. So you see basically what they all have. Okay, so let's start with the arcade part and like the retro arcade part. What do they have here in the gaming factory? So I must say that I was super surprised to see what they had. So we're going to start off with some Super Mario, of course, or better said, Super Mario. Because this is absolutely cool to see in an arcade. It doesn't have a CRT, this is more like the newer generation with an LCD. I already mentioned before, they also have some old school arcades and this is absolutely epic. They have like a couple of them over here. Mortal Kombat 2, NBA Hang Time, Super Street Fighter 2 and even Killer Instinct, and those cabinets are like in freaking good condition. Some old school Tetris, but it's like an, let's say, new edition. Of course we don't need to forget the Pong. The Pong is so much fun. And then we have like this amazing like machine that I played myself too. It's really fun and really challenging because it plays so much different than your normal typical Pong system. But they also have like an amazing collection of Sega cabinets, Virtual Striker 3 with an CRT. So I really loved how they preserved the original arcade cabinets as they were like back in the day. And some Virtual Striker 2 is also here. So let's take a close look what you're going to get. So you have like the completely different layout with the different system. The cartridge system is still here, doesn't work, what I understand of. And this is basically what you're going to get with the arcade part of Sega, including some Virtual Tennis 2, a really cool one. I didn't play a lot, but I understand this one was ported to the Sega Dreamcast, if I'm saying it correctly. When it comes to the arcade ones, the classic ones, they do have like a lot of these Pac-Man cabinets. And I think the reason because they also like rent it out, so people can just rent it and just put it in a party or somewhere. Pretty damn awesome if you ask me. So when you're looking at this over here, that comes with a lot of built-in games, a couple of them including Dig Dug. So here we have like some more Miss Pac-Man at the Pac-Man's party or arcade party, I love to call it. Here we do also have this original one, the Namco 20 in the Richard edition with Galaga. So here we like with an old school vertical CRT inside. I think that is pretty damn cool. A cabinet that I just needed to show you is this golden teal lookalike version, only it comes with a bowling game. Pretty damn cool to have the trackball inside the machine. This is something you don't see very often when it comes to arcades here in the Netherlands. It's pretty cool. There were a couple of machines, I don't know which one were like for rent now, so they were not in the gaming factory. But the ones that were here, like absolutely good condition. Revenge from Mars was absolutely fun to play. Then we have like the Addams Family, the Theater of Magic, a couple of those like really classic but very good condition pinball machines. And I must say, like, a couple of them I even grew up with, so it was so much fun just to see them and just play them. Like, it was like free to play everything here, so we can just have a lot of fun. Terminator, Judgment Day. I must say I didn't play it as a child, but I think it's such a fascinating pinball machine. Maybe well one of my favorite ones to play. But I know my good friend Retro Ralph is a big fan of this pinball machine, and he still wants to have one of those in his collection. I completely understand him because this is an amazing machine. Okay, so the other part in this arcade is that we do have like a lot of like shooting cabinets, sit down, but also complete like crazy machines. Personally for me, a lot of familiar ones, Let's Go Jungle are one of those machines I have seen in many different arcades, but they also have like even the follow-up one that is even pretty damn awesome and I've never seen before. They also have this arcade I have never seen before. It's the 3D version. It's more like a horror game. It's absolutely scary. And then we have like the one from Nintendo with Luigi Mansion, that we have like these vacuum cleaners that we need to suck up all of the ghosts, Time Crisis 3 and classic shooting cabinet. Absolutely cool to see this one here. The only thing I was missing is Time Crisis 1. They don't have that one, but it doesn't matter. They have number 3 with the old school Namco light gun with recoil, and of course Time Crisis 4, another like epic one. Personally, I didn't really play 3, 4 like a lot back in the days. I grew up with number 1 and number 2. Alright, so that's basically what they're having over here. Absolutely crazy and awesome pieces of machine and hardware. Salvation is one of them, like I really love. Like this is a gigantic one with a beamer and having like these machine guns in your hand. So this is an arcade cabinet that I wanted to pick out in this collection and just play for some time. But I must say that I think that it looks pretty damn cool with the beamer. I don't know if they modify it. Then we have the Aliens Armageddon. They have 2 of the Aliens machines in here in the arcade. An awesome machine game. And yeah, there are free to play, so you can go all crazy with this. And I understand they have basically like 2 kind of versions, and they have both of them. But let's go crazy with Crazy Taxi and all of those racing cabinets they're having here, and I can tell you it was a blast looking around and playing some of them. Crazy Taxi is one of those games I've played so much on the Sega Dreamcast, and seeing this machine here is pretty damn awesome. We also had Dead Heat from Namco. We even have some really awesome, let's say, racing cabinets, and of course I already mentioned Grid before. I think it's pretty damn awesome just to see like how many of these arcade cabinets are out there when it comes to racing. The H2 Overdrive is a very cool one, like with having these overpowered boats where you're going to drive and basically like go crazy over the water. A game that was graphical like ahead of its time was Grid. It still looks awesome up to today because it's a very old like cabinet when you're looking at the age of it, but it still looks amazing when it comes to the gameplay. But okay guys, so for me it's time to go. I hope you really enjoyed this visiting of the gaming factory here in Tilburg. It's absolutely amazing. I enjoyed myself for many hours and it would be great to come back here. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and let's go with the show.